Alright, hello all, and another Arch Linux torture video for you. If you haven't guessed by now, this is on Compiz and using it as a standalone window manager version 2016 June the 1st. And wonderful day outside, nice and cool, so it's easy for me to record and so on. So to start with, I did this after installing a base Arch Linux system the way I like to. So this video would assume that you already know how to install Arch Linux. After that, after rebooting, and you have whatever drivers you have for video and eventually audio installed, and your network, of course. You have to go into, the way I did it, okay, is I went into just the basic X mode, X server, and just built the environment, I guess you could call it, from the ground up. So that included many things, of course, power management, clipboard management, networking facilities, panel, power, I already mentioned that, screen, dual screen if you have that, and your utilities, like archive manager, a terminal, a web browser, a file manager, and any other things you want to add to it. And I thought, let's see how this works and if it's how functional it is. And so far it's been extremely quick and surprisingly. And as you notice, I have the fading backgrounds. I only have 4 that cycle every minute or so, and you can customize anything you want. So the bottom panel is XFCE4 panel. I find this works the best in most situations, just to have your tray icons, your clock and stuff. And I do have the whisker menu and keyboard shortcuts associated with utilities I use. And I also have a run command, Alt F2, and it's called GM run. So like Firefox, you press tab, bring up an extra dialog, and press enter. And there you go, there's Firefox opening. And also I have DocBar X for the bottom launchers. So you press a window key, a super key, and whatever order. So super key 1 will open terminal, super key 2, Firefox, 3, Zunar, 4, this Mate System Monitor. And the memory usage is around, without recording, is around 500, 600 megabytes or so. So it's not too bad. Okay, CPU is a little busy, of course, again, because I'm recording. So it gives you an idea. I just the new mix circle icon theme and menu editor and those sort of things, and everything else. All my multimedia things that I use to record and edit with work just fine. So if you wish to keep watching, I'll step through this in VirtualBox. Fingers crossed that it works, and how I went about this. So I'll be back in a second with VirtualBox, and we'll have some notes as well for you. Okay, so let's get started. As I mentioned, this is Arch Linux, basic installation with just the drivers and stuff ready. So the first thing you want to get is some kind of functional terminal and a text editor. So I have an alias for Pacman. It's Pac. I usually get I'm going to use XFCE4-terminal, which will pull in a lot of stuff, and LeafPad, just to get started. You can use anything. You have LX terminal or Nano, so you don't have to download anything, or gedit and so on. So just download whatever you wish to get a text editor and a terminal. So I'll be back in a second, and I'll try to keep these notes here up to date as I'm going along. So with those two packages installed, we should be able to just run start X without having an X in an RC file or anything. There we go. Okay. A little too transparent there, I guess. Huh? So we have 3 virtual terminals, and the main one here is to exit out of here, and the other ones are just for different launching applications. You can click them to make them into icons, and click them to bring them back, or you can move here or resize from this thing here, and so on. So let's just fire up XFCE4 dash terminal, and there we go. Okay, and it just gives you a little easier interface to work with. That's what I think anyway. So since we have LeafPad installed, and what happened there? Sorry about that. We can now start building our Compiz desktop window manager. So I use the 0.9 series. So you can search for Yauer Compiz, and you'll get a few returns. So one I'm using is probably right here is option 3. This will take a while to compile after I select the option, and allow us to download some other things for compiling, as you can see here. So, and you just continue building. It'll take a while, as I said. So again, I'll be back and when this is finished. Okay, so with that installed, Compiz 09, with any luck, we can just run cc sm. There we go. And first thing you want to do is check that commands is checked, and then you can just add what you wish, such as XFCE4 or whatever terminal you're going to use, and then go to key binding, and where it has disabled here, and then click the disabled, and then click enabled, and grab a key combination. I'm just going to use Alt-T for now because it might interfere with my desktop right now. So Alt-T, press OK, and LeafPad. Let's spell it. Yeah. Again, you get the idea here, and so on. So it's at least enough to get us started after we start X. So I'm just going to get out of here and terminate the X window. So just to do a nano, you can copy from XEX11, but I'm just going to nano X in RC and just type in exec Compiz, I believe. So write that out and exit, and then just type start X, and it's working. I know it's strange. Alright, VirtualBox is being a little weird on me here, sorry, but it is working. So Alt-T, there's our terminal. Alt-N, there's our text editor. Okay, so from here you can just build whatever you want, and I have a list of packages. You can have Sonar, or you can have PCMan, FM, Nemo, Nautilus, whatever. Make sure you get GBFS, unless you're going to install, get that. Polkit GNOME for GKE SU, sudo SU access. And then if you want a panel, whatever you want, I'm going to use XFCE4 panel, a notifier, the power management. Most importantly for this, especially when you want to manipulate the logout command, is get a login manager. LightDM seems to be working well for me these days. You could try AlexDM, but I'm going to get this one with its greeter and its settings, and then of course a network manager and its applet. Okay, so I'll just install all these and I'll be back. Alright, so I've extended the list and to include all these things that have come to mind for well, you're going to need dconf editor, xdg-user directories, DRS, to make your documents, videos, folders, and so on. Numix themes just to get started. Alex appearance will work, no problem, for setting your icon and a basic theme as well. Okay, so before moving on, before restarting, we have to make some files. First of all is a .x profile. So just to do that, I'll just copy and I'll just paste that in. Okay, and then what that is for your startup application. So just do LeafPad or whatever you're using for an text editor, and you just add in XFCE4, whatever you're going to use, -panel, and make sure you put an ampersand. Okay, so that's enough to get started. There's a lot more we're going to add later on. So next is we're going to have to make a manually have to make a directory X sessions, because there's none at all. So it's just basically sudo mkdir user share X sessions. So I'll just copy and paste that in, and then sudo LeafPad text editor, whatever you're going to use, compiz.desktop. Okay, paste that in again, and I have the desktop entry here. Of course, I'll upload these notes so you can just do what I'm doing, copy and paste, or whatever you want to do. Save and close. Now we just enable our system services, sudo system ctl enable light DM, and our network manager. And then just from this terminal, you just issue a reboot. Fingers crossed. There we go. Okay, so I'll be back when this is ready to go. Okay, so here we are at the login screen. If you look at the top here, it does say Compiz, and you just log in with your username and password. And we'll get a question for XFCE4 panel. We'll just use one empty panel and we'll move them down. And from here you can start just adding things to your panel. Panel preferences, items, ads, your usual stuff. I did include the whisker menu, and you want a separator. You can have show desktop if you want. Actually, that comes in handy now I think about it. For now, window buttons. Okay, so we'll move that up above the separator, and same with the show desktop up here. And of course, we need the notification area. And then we can adjust the panel lengths 100%. Make the icons a little smaller there. Say 40. And then you can adjust your items such as buttons, show handle, flat buttons, don't show a label if you want. The separator. Whoops. Properties. Make it transparent and expand. And there we go. Now we have our network manager applet here. And notification area, I usually untick show frame. There we go. And now we have our working menu, working with Compiz. Okay, so I've made some adjustments, and I'll just step through a couple of things. First of all, the whisker menu, by default with Compiz, it'll just there'll be a gap here. So you just go into your CC or Compiz config settings, and you can filter placement. There it is, place windows, and fix placement, and you add this in. title equals whisker menu and leave everything else. So just your edit, and that's what you type in at the top here. However, with the placement off, I can go to properties and edit. If we go back into Compiz, I should have left that open. Placement. Turn this on. Close. It's in the proper proportion, but if I right click properties, I can't get to it. So it's a compromise, I guess. There's not much, unless the other option is to disable placement or just move the panel up to the top, and you shouldn't have that problem. Now for the theming, we installed LX Appearance, and by default it's set to only not show in certain window managers, desktop environments. So just go to your file manager and go to USR Share Applications, and then open a terminal here, and then sudo your text editor LX Appearance. Go down the bottom, and right here there was a line that said not show in, and it had XFCE, GNOME, and so on. So I just took that line out, saved, and closed. Now you can see that the top window buttons are showing up correctly. That's because I installed dconf editor. And to get this to match the new mix theme, you just launch dconf editor, and where it has under the org section Metacity, click this off and then supply new mix or whatever your theme is. Not all themes will work with the newest GTK. Click apply, and now let's open anything file manager. As you can see now, it's matching the colors. And sure, it's under key bindings or under GNOME desktop somewhere here. WM key bindings, or is it preferences? Preferences. Under button layout, it was just by default it's just the app menu close. So you just type in turn this off, and then your custom value, minimize, maximize, close, separated by commas, apply, and you'll have what it has here: minimize, maximize, and close. Alright, as far as the theming, this is basically the XFCE, so I have a video on that, on how to customize it and make it look whatever you want. Now there's another thing we have to do is more editing, is our Light DM GTK reader settings. You can, I believe you can run that through a terminal, sudo settings. Yeah, it does work. But in order to just run it from the menu, we have to add an entry to our X profile. So just open anything with your whatever text editor. I can use LeapPad, and just upload this for you. It's this string here, this line here, and with the ampersand. Make sure you put the and there, or things won't be too happy. So you save and close, and probably you want to log out. So it's just a matter of restarting VirtualBox, and now if you want to edit your Light DM settings, it comes up with the authentication dialog, and there you go. So you can have your theme as new mix, icons, whatever you want, and so on. Panel, whatever preferences you wish to have in there. Save and close, and let's, oops, log out. I'm hoping, there we go. A GTK is a little strange, but it is working. And finally, we'll have to edit our I can't talk right, our OB logout command configuration, sorry. So sudo your text editor etc ob logout.conf. Right at the bottom where it has logout, instead of the open box entry, you have this pkill and then a dash in capital letters kill, and then a -u, small letter u, and a $ user, and that will enable you to log out. It seems to be working fine, and if you wish, you can bind a key to that. Okay, so finishing up, set a wallpaper background. Just in your Compiz settings, just go to Enable Wallpaper, click New, and then Browse. So let's click this icon, Browse, and anything. These are deepen wallpapers. I just pulled them off the from Pac-Man. And you can cycle wallpapers and then timeout in minutes. And let's see if we can get it to without crashing everything. 0, 0. It might not take a seconds variable, or I didn't do it right, but you get the idea. Okay, so that should do it for. Oh, it is working. Okay, so so that should do it for this one. Compiz has a standalone window manager in Arch Linux, and remember, you can customize this any way you want. Once you have a terminal and a text editor, you can have any file manager, any taskbar, anything you wish. Okay? So thank you so much for watching, and have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon. And bye for now.